Why and how am I still alive? This is very embarrassing. Hello everyone. It's been a minute. I was this close to uninstalling the game, but shit, Rockstar kind of came out of nowhere and surprised me. They kind of cooked, to be quite honest with you. I mean, an anti-cheat update. The next-gen version is coming to PC on March 4th. Now this is worth coming back to the game for. And I'm going to be doing some preparations, if that makes sense. And that's, of course, giving you PC lads some insights on the top 5 cars that I'm excited for the most. And maybe, just maybe, you should be too. The criteria for this list is very simple. A, they need to be available for purchase and not removed for arbitrary reasons, like they did with 200 plus cars. B, they need to have access to how special works, because, I mean, that's the whole point of upgrading to the next gen, well, at least for me. C, they need to be not exclusive to GTA Plus in any way, shape, or form. They can be free with GTA Plus, that's okay, but they can't be only obtainable through GTA Plus. Because, well, here's the thing, I hate GTA Plus. Some YouTube morons like to tell you to not buy GTA Plus because it encourages game developers on bad behaviors and nickel and diming their customers and so on and so forth. And then they proceed to buy GTA Plus because, well, apparently it helps them make content. Now, I'm not going to buy GTA Plus if my life depends on it. Well, I mean, speaking of things that my life is dependent on, I have a Patreon now. There is currently nothing there. There's only just the $1 per month tier. If you want to support me, that's okay. Or if you have any suggestions or ideas as to what I should post there, just leave them down below in the comments. If not, just watch the video till the end. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And also let me know down below in the comments which cars do you want me to review next when the next gen finally drops on PC. And with that out of the way, let's get into our list. Starting off strong with the Banshee GTS. I'm not a fan of American cars, except for that Cadillac LMDH car. I mean, peaks this fucking thing.
Go ahead, snap it.
It sounds like a pissed off Hornet coming straight from hell. Dodge, however, have done things a little differently for the Viper. They went with a very distinctive sounding V10 instead of your typical sounding V8 motor. They kind of made the perfect driver's car, something that is very visceral and hard to control. I consider it to be on the same level as Italian supercars like the Ferraris and Lamborghinis. It's really a shame they turned to making an RB26 competitors, which is a 30-year-old engine at this point. But going back to GTA, this car is priced at $2 million. Everything new now costs about $2 million and $3 million. It's honestly pathetic and sad and depressing, but it's a classic supercar of a bygone era. Grab it while you can. It also has HSW and it's S tier in the Supers class on GTAcars.com. Shout out to Brofi for making my life so much easier with measuring car performance. Next on the list is the Grotti Itali GTO Stinger TT. Fuck. Despite the stupid name, it's an example of Italian beauty. Ferrari really cooked with the design of the Ferrari Roma. With the quality, however, not so much. This is why it's depreciating like crazy, like those Bentleys and Maseratis that go from £500,000 to 150 for in the span of like what, 6 months perhaps? Unfortunately, however, they don't depreciate in GTA 5. It's $2.4 million. It's a steep price, of course, but it has a Mini Tech and it also has HSW, and it's an A-class in GTAcars.com. Jolly good. Next on the list is the Cyclone 2. Okay, so I'm going on a little bit of tangent here. You can skip ahead if you would like to. If you don't, just stick around. Let me make something very obvious and clear to you. I despise electric cars. Not for the reasons that you think. For me, at least, there are 4 types of cars. The old style, no substance type of car, like the Range Rover Evoque and the Bronco, because they both have abysmal off-road performance, even though they are advertised as such. Also, we have Fisker Karma, which is supposed to be an exotic high-performance sports sedan as a competitor to the Maserati Quattroporte and the Mercedeses and BMWs of the same price, but turned out to be a broken piece of shit that doesn't do the fucking job it fucking supposed to. And one of them was owned by Justin Bieber, so that's a big yikes for me. Then we have substance over style type of car, like your Priuses, your VW Beetles. While these aren't going to get you any pussy, they remain perfectly functioning automobiles. They transport you from point A to point B, and that is A-okay in my book. They're just not going to get you many bitches. Then you have the best of both worlds, the old style, old substance type of cars, and those are usually the very expensive flagship cars like the Toyota Crown, the Aston Martins, and the BMW 7 Series, not you. And then we have Tesla, with neither style nor substance. And it hurts to say, because back in the day I thought Tesla was actually kinda cool. I know it's cringe to admit it, but I was a massive fan of Elon Musk back in the day. He was objectively better and cooler when he was younger. The Tesla Roadster, despite the critique from Top Gear, was actually such a promising project and had unbelievable potential. Sadly, these potentials were not realized with Tesla, but it was realized at the end by none other than Elon Musk's cooler Croatian competitor, Mate Rimac. You know you mean business when you have mate in your name. Tesla went from selling sports cars with exotic and powerful drivetrain to selling blobs. Well, fast blobs, yes, but blobs nonetheless. But Mate Rimac went from modifying and racing an electric-powered BMW on the drag strip to making a 2,000 horsepower rocket ship that eats Bugattis for breakfast. And he actually did end up eating a piece of Bugatti because VW's preoccupied with other shit. Yikes. And immediately started working on the Bugatti Tourbillon, which is another earth-shattering vehicle. I really don't like Bugattis that much. I honestly would rather be in a Rimac Nevera than a Bugatti, but I'm getting sidetracked here. The only bad news that it is not available in the legacy PC version of GTA 5. The good news is it will be available on March 4th for $2.25 million, and it will have HSW, obviously. Next up on the list is the Buffalo EVX. Speaking of manufacturers that tried to make an electric cars and fumbled the bag, look who has a second spot on my list. Oh my god, it's Bravado again. I really want to hate this car. I mean, it's based on one of the most disappointing projects from Dodge. It's electric, it's ugly, and the sounds it makes are about as high as my self-esteem. But this thing is the third fastest muscle car, has access to a Manitech and a whole lot of explosive resistance, and when next gen comes out, it will have, you guessed it, HSW. So it's about as good of a deal as you can get, only if you have like 2,140,000. But of course, there are some honorable mentions before we get to the bottom of this list. The Urus X32. It's based on the 300ZX, which is such an underrated and powerful car. But of course, everyone else is too busy jerking off to the R34 for the 134th time. The Arbiter GT, based on the 1970s GTO, and the fourth fastest muscle car, not available in the legacy version sadly, but it's cheap at $1.58 million. The Monstrosity, the fastest off-road car that has access to HSW and a Manitech, which is triple tasty. The Panade La Couruse, same thing as the Monstrosity, except Rockstar is confused with it, so like they do with so many cars these days, they just throw it in the sports class and hope for the best, I guess. Okay, the last one on our list is, of course, the weaponized Ignis. This motherfucker is about as ugly as a supercar can get. I personally don't like the Lamborghini Sian, it doesn't tickle my car enthusiast monkey brain, if that makes sense. But of course, it has HSW, it has Imani Tech, and a minigun turret thrown on top for good measure. On top of that, it is, in fact, the fastest supercar in the game, and this is a great tool for griefing, grinding, and even racing, which is very weird. It's the only weaponized car that you can race, but of course it's GTA 5. Nothing makes sense here. Unfortunately, it fucking sucks against the railgun troglodytes, so good luck with that. So anyways, this was the list of cars I was excited for the GTA 5 Next Gen. Tell me down below in the comments which one are you most excited for, and which one should I review first when the PC version comes out. And as always, stay healthy, hydrated, and one love.